Welcome to Wildcat News on KHBT, brought to you by Northwest Bank. I'm Alex Salzma. I have several people joining me here this morning, but we'll first start with Tamala Johnson. She is the TLC coordinator for the Humboldt schools, and we always like to throw acronyms your way here on Wildcat News, and TLC is maybe a new one to some of our listeners. What is TLC, Tamala?
TLC stands for the Teacher Leadership and Compensation Grant that the Department of Education rolled out last spring.
And what are these teachers that we'll talk to? What are their roles with TLC, and what kind of workload do they have with that?
Right. Last spring when we heard about the grant, we did some surveys with our staff and said, hey, what kind of teacher leadership might help you in your position to better able the kids to be successful? And so we did some surveys and came up with some roles, and we had curriculum leaders in place already, so each month each one of those leaders leads a different team. We had AIW coaches on board, and so we named that as some instructional coaching, AIW being our umbrella for all of our professional development and everything that we do. Instructional coach to help at-risk kids, and the teachers get strategies to be able to help them. A mentor coordinator, part of the State Department requirements is that when you have first and second year teachers, that they're under a mentorship with an experienced teacher, and so we have those on board, and then we have a mentor coordinator. And so we have a variety of positions, technology to be able to support our new one-on-one initiative.
I'm now joined by Ryan Bowman. He is a Humboldt High School science teacher as well as a TLC data coach. Ryan, what is a data coach, and what are your responsibilities in that role?
My role as a data coach looks at the district's assessment data that we take, and how do we make instructional decisions based on that data. Helping to guide teachers through that process, and helping administrative teams and anybody that's looking to sort of make decisions on the direction of our district and what types of data would be useful and informative, and then supplying them with that data. In the past, we've kind of always just had to go to our own places to get that type of information, and having one person to kind of organize it all and come up with some professional development and ways in which we can work with some professional development and help teachers understand their data more. What is it actually telling them? What is it not telling them? And then how can that be used to make decisions in their classrooms?
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Alex.
Joining me now is Susan Tomlinson. She is a Humboldt High School media specialist as well as the technology integrationist with TLC. And Susan, can you describe your role with TLC?
Yep, as the technology integrationist, I'm actually one of 3 in the district, and I am out of the classroom 50%, so my half day I can spend helping our teachers plan out technology that they would like to use in their classroom, or trying to find technology for them to use, be it computer programs, or be it websites, or using some of the hardware equipment that we have, and how they can use that to give their instruction and have the students use that to show how they've learned the material.
And what are some specific ways you've done that here at the start of the new year?
A big part of it has been for the high school, since we are not yet one-to-one like the middle school. I have been leading a lot of staff development, so we've talked about things such as fair use and being a good digital citizen, and what does that look like for a teacher, and what does that look like for a student. We've also talked about we're using Google Classroom this year as a way for some of our teachers to get information to their students and resources to their students. So how do you set up your Google Classroom page? I've also done professional development on a variety of programs for specific departments or for the staff as a whole that they may be able to use, and then to be able to support those teachers as they try those and roll them out to their students.
Thanks for your time this morning, Susan.
Thank you very much, Alex.
You've also heard from Ryan Bowman and Tamala Johnson. We're going to take a break here on Wildcat News, brought to you by Northwest Bank. When we come back, we'll hear from Cassie Smith and Lucinda Boyd right here on KHBT.
Hi, this is Julie Clendenin with Northwest Bank. Northwest Bank is proud of its partnership with the Humboldt Community Schools. Northwest Bank supports Wildcat academics and athletics and wishes the players, students, and parents continued success. Commitment you can bank on isn't just a slogan, it's the way we conduct our business to meet the needs of our customers. We offer great rates, great products, and superior service. Whether you're buying a house or shopping for a new car, come experience the difference. Northwest Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Wildcat News on KHBT, brought to you by Northwest Bank. We're talking about TLC this morning, Teacher Leadership Compensation for the Humboldt Schools. And joining me now is Lucinda Boyd, a vocal music instructor with the Humboldt Schools, but now the new instructional coach and curriculum leader for art, music, and PE for TLC. And Lucinda, how have you enjoyed this new role of TLC?
I have really enjoyed it. It's beneficial as an individual to go into different classrooms and really see what's happening at the K through 12 level. I support both elementary, middle school, and high school with instructional coaching and the implementation of AIW. So it's been really, really beneficial to have a person go in and organize that and support teachers.
You use that term, instructional coaching. What does that mean?
We support teachers by researching or modeling best practices and looking at educational methods. We also collaborate with teachers and analyze lessons and students' performance in the classroom, possibly co-teaching a lesson and providing some professional development for higher order thinking and depth of knowledge and conversations that lead us to that higher order thinking in the classroom.
And I mentioned art, music, and PE. That's a wide variety of experiences that you get to participate in.
That is, and it's very positive experience with art, music, and PE, and then instrumental and vocal music have their own standards and benchmarks. So we have standards and benchmarks for 4 different fine arts curriculum, and we're on a 6-year curriculum cycle. So right now we are researching best practices and what things in the classroom that we might need to support those standards and benchmarks and the best practices for the future.
Hey, thank you, Lucinda.
Thank you.
Now joined by Cassie Smith, Humboldt High School special education instructor, as well as a mentor coordinator with TLC. Cassie, what is a mentor coordinator?
Well, a mentor coordinator works with the mentor leaders in the school district, which are the experienced teachers that then in turn work with the first and second year teachers who are newer to our district. Our goal as mentors and mentor coordinator is try to retain the best teachers possible in our district. So we try to put in a lot of time working with those new teachers, answering any questions they might have, co-teaching with them, observing them, having them observe us. So I spend a little bit of time in the classroom observing those new teachers. Just getting that new energy that they bring to the building is really good. And then we have monthly meetings to look at the teaching standards and benchmarks and making sure that we meet the standards set by the state.
When you first started teaching, how important was it for you to have those mentors that you could lean on?
That was huge for me. Kind of being new to special ed, I wasn't quite sure maybe what I should be doing or how to contact parents when I had issues. So being able to talk to an experienced teacher who has been there and done that, they were really able to help guide me, to make it some of the best first years possible for me, to help me want to stay in teaching and to continue to work with special ed students.
That was Cassie Smith. Thanks for your time this morning, Cassie.
Thank you.
You also heard from Lucinda Boyd during this segment. That was Wildcat News on KHBT, brought to you by Northwest Bank.